I've been making music with my friends for a long time, and it's usually been under the name Jason Alarm.
What? All right, Jason.
Oh yeah,
I'll take it. Round up, Jason Alarm. Pip, pip.
It started with my friend Pat Hogan and Kirk Mason, who I had been friends with since I was like 5. We went to a show to see Kirk's brother Drew playing a band called Shoelace and the Inevitable Scallywags when we were 13, and that was kind of when we decided that we'd like to put our spin on making music, and we've just kind of been doing it ever since. I think kind of the main thing that broke it up in the first place was everybody was going off to college, and now that kind of we've made it through that period. So it's a little bit easier. Everybody's just kind of got like a more steady thing of what they're doing. So it was a good time to do it again.
If I could look back maybe 5-6 years ago and think that, we'd have a show after so long and it got to the point where, we could really just fill up a venue like Max, I would have never guessed that we would have retained like a crowd like that, essentially, or been able to generate that much hype.
When we started doing it, it was back in the MySpace days. So we put it out there first and, moved on to Facebook. The main thing that changed everything was the internet. I think that was probably the biggest change.
Social media, as far as spreading the word about a show, I guess compared to before any of that might have existed, when all we might have been able to do was put up flyers or, go to Kinko's, print out, like 500 copies of something, go around town, post them all over the place.
Yeah, we really used the internet for absolutely everything. There was no any sort of physical press kits sent out ever.
People are always, checking their phone, social media, so, chances are they're eventually going to come across that event if they're connected on, say, Twitter, Facebook, and I guess it just makes our lives easier. I felt like most of the people who said they were attending, it was just like right after the first day or so, it just seemed like it spread amongst wildfire amongst all our friends. So it's pretty cool to see something like that go like locally viral in a sense.
The fact that I've been able to do this with my best friends who I've really just enjoyed hanging out with before the music was there anyway. With anybody that I regularly make music with nowadays, I've been friends with all of them before there was even talk about being in a band. So yeah, I'm very fortunate.